Annie Lennox?
No, where? Oh yeah, that's
That's
her
Posh Spice.
and Posh Spice, Victoria Beckham. Yes.
Jerry.
You are. I'm Ginger.
She,
And that's Alfred Hitchcock.
Yes, I got it all.
I know. I know everything, yeah.
It's from your time. Yes.
Oh, fuck you, cunt.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good.
So, how are you guys doing? How are you?
We're good.
I actually want to ask you, I love that you three ended up in the final of the show because I feel that you three also represent such different types of drag. And that's something that I love in the show. And I wonder, especially for everyone who's going to be watching this, I feel that drag art is becoming more mainstream now. It's like there's a new wave of drag art coming into the mainstream now. And I would love for you guys to talk about what does drag mean to you?
Drag is liberating. It means life. I remember when I was younger, I would like wear makeup because I was bullied in school, and I would wear it like I was like the superhero shit. And I feel like it like in some ways like it's the same thing now, and I can like take over the world and like get away with like touching people's dicks and stuff, and like have all this makeup on.
taking over the world, touching someone's
Well, I mean,
dick.
like you can get away with a lot of stuff in drag that you can't while you're a boy, like you're fucking, you know, an overweight tween boy like me. And
I call it tucking into the world. Not
I think that drag, for me, I always loved performing, and I grew up like singing and dancing and acting. But there always just seemed to be something less exciting about doing it as a boy. Like if you look at like male performers, there was like Michael Jackson was cool. He was probably like the one. But, like,
she was borderline.
Yeah, she was questionable. Her gender.
I mean, let's be honest, is that, you know, her dance technique and her style was very gay.
Yeah.
But her look and face was very white. And that was different being black. So it was definitely a transitional moment.
No, but I just think that being like, I just remember watching like Cher and Bette Midler and Tina Turner and like those grand dames of like entertainment, and just thinking I want to be like them. And I mean, and watching the Spice Girls, I had this moment the other day where when I was like 16, I wanted to be a Spice Girl, and then I realized I am a Spice Girl.
Which one are you?
she's sporty.
I'm not sporty, I'm Jerry.
I'm Ginger, she's sporty, and
I'm
Bianca
is scary.
Yeah, I'm Jerry. She's Ginger. We're splitting.
I'm scary. I'm the only one with a career. I'm scary.
She's hosting Dancing with the Stars Australia.
Fuck you, cunt, please. You're fucking somebody who dated. You're actually dating somebody who was on Dancing with the Stars.
I'm not dating.
Yeah, Cher is your mother-in-law.
They're having
anyway.
sex.
Right.
That's not true.
Now that you mentioned dating, though, I actually wanted to ask you, how is it dating being a drag queen?
It's fun. Because we're on the road so much. You know, there's that song. I got a girl in Paris, a girl in Rome. I got a girl in the Vatican Dome.
Yeah.
Awkward. No, the weird thing is that Courtney's a whore, and that's good.
Yeah.
And she's one of those people, and I wouldn't say that she has low standards. I would say that she's consistent.
Let me fill my oats.
Listen, and she's spilling her oats, and that's what happens. Many people say she's a slut. People think she's upset. No, I just say that she's a loser. And that's what she is.
Bianca, tell him about the time you were fucking that twink, and he turned around and said,
"This has nothing to do with."
What did he say?
One time I had sex with this guy, and he pooped on my bed, and I took a picture of it, and I sent it to all my friends. And I wasn't in drag.
You guys ever have sex in drag or no? Guilty.
Not us.
We don't.
I view my drag as an extension of who I am, and so I can have.
We get straight boys.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, interesting. But how is it with them though? Like, do you tell them right away that you're a drag queen, because you're a drag queen? No, because you look a lot like a woman though in drag.
You only saw her on TV. When you see her clothes, trust me, she's got back hair, acne, and some nose condition. But she's a doll.
Yes, guys always know before anything happens. But you know what I find? It's 2014, and gender and sexuality are a lot more fluid than they used to be.
Amen. Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely. I'm not sure if you guys can talk about this, because when you tape the finale, you tape, because Rue doesn't tell anyone who's going to be the winner. So you basically tape all possible outcomes. Is it awkward? How is it? Because it's interesting to watch it back, because we see, like, for example, Bianca won. So Bianca wins, like, does her speech, and then when all the drags come and hug her and everyone in the audience cheers? How is it to do that with every single one?
I think there's two things that happen. I think that if you assume it's going to be awkward, then it's going to be awkward. But in the end, we collectively as a group came from a spot of going, it could be anybody. Mm-hmm. And it's a TV show, and anything, honestly, is that anything could happen. They can do what they want and stand by it. But in that moment, this is your 10 minutes of discussing how you feel about this whole experience. And that for an audience, it's a series of weeks. But for us, it's been a year. So in a year, this is your chance to say, I love this, I appreciate it, I love that. We don't know what's going to happen, but it is genuine in that moment. I felt what she said and what she said was all genuine because it's your second of doing it. It's weird because people think, oh, it's this and that. But you got to remember, we can't trust fags. You have an audience full of 1,600 people, we can't pick a winner and then air it 2 weeks later because fags are crazy. Mm-hmm. So that's the weird thing, is that to have that moment, you go, all right, this is what I felt at that moment and this time. If they use it, here we go. And we all sat collectively on a couch going, who, what, where. They could do what they want. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that any less of us are talented or untalented or douchebags. It's that it's a TV show, and they're going to do what they want. Right. And that's fine.
And I loved watching the video. They did a little video of you three watching the finale on TV, and it's adorable. It's so nice seeing that. No, it's so nice. It's like...
Wait, you really, said adore. You said adore.
Really? I said adorable.
No, the thing is that I think that going into, and I say this, and I don't know if anybody else has said it, from other seasons.
Right.
It's mutual respect. Mutual respect. We're all 3 different people. We've all had a great journey. We've all done something that's different. We all have different looks, aesthetic, game. Mm-hmm. But absolutely. To have that opportunity, come on. We're in good company. If it was, me and Adore and Gia Gunn, problem. If it had been me and Courtney and Laganja, I'd have been pissed. But here we are, and that's a good thing. It's the talent outweighs the bullshit.
Yeah. And I think that we're oddly, and we had this when we were on the show, that we all really felt friendly with each other, and we all had such a good time. It was almost a little bit kumbaya towards the end.
Yeah, we're going to be boring.
And we thought, this is going to be the first Drag Race ever where everybody's just friendly and nice and lovely.
Well, it wasn't even that. Is that, we initially clicked individually.
Yeah.
Then all of us, and then it ended up being the show, which is kind of crazy because you don't know that when you're going through it.
And the other nice thing is like when Adore's song came out, for example, watching it, loving it, and then wanting to share that with everybody. I remember some people going, oh wow, I posted Adore's video, and I'm like, yeah,
why
I love
not?
Adore. The video's great. Why wouldn't I post it?
Or us being in your video, it's a mutual respect, and like she said, and it's supporting one another because we genuinely enjoy what each other do, and we all represent a different type of drag, and these bitches are fucking cool. I mean, I'm in good company with them.
No, I mean, it's mutual respect, and I think that gets lost in the drag community. They want us to hate, they want us to be bitter, and this is not a pageant moment. So the great thing is that, you get it. She does what she does it beautifully and well, and never would I compete with that,
Right, yeah, it's interesting that you say that, because when you put all the elements into question, you think, let's put a bunch of drag queens together, let's get them to compete, and let's see what's going to come out of that. And
well, it was a competition that we signed up for,
right?
But it doesn't mean that whoever wins, whoever doesn't win, doesn't mean that they're better or less. Is that, as I said, we walked away from the entire show. There was 4 of us with the idea that any of us could have won, and then we go back and film a finale. You have to remember, we don't know what to expect. I don't know what she said. I don't know what she said. I don't know the dynamic of it. It's literally going into it blind, doing your best, and walking away. But through that moment, I was able to sit back and say, she's talented, Darren Lake's talented. We have a group of people that you got and you understood.
Absolutely. And do you keep in touch with RuPaul? How's your relationship with RuPaul throughout the show or after the show? Is there some relationship with it there? Or
Ru's like the matriarch of drag. Ru is very professional, but also personal. We were just talking about this earlier, that, Ru always maintained that perfect balance of, like, he walked into a room and you could kind of feel it light up. Like,
totally.
He had, like, this, as a man as well. Sometimes when you see someone in drag, it's, like, awe-inspiring. But Ru walking into the room on the first day for us in his pink suit, it was kind of like, oh, that is RuPaul. Like, you could feel him. And he was always kind of, like, professional.
Real.
And he's the host of the show. He's the judge of the show.
Yeah.
But also have that personal edge.
Genuine. I mean, do we hang out and have coffee? No. But the great thing is that,
I still haven't been invited to his house to play charades. I hear all of these people going over to play charades.
But we've had this amazing opportunity. Come on. Please. The only reason why we're talking to you is because of Michelle and RuPaul. So for that, we're grateful.
Of course, absolutely. And it's going back to RuPaul, it's interesting because I feel up until Drag Race, which Ru started, there wasn't any drags in mainstream. I mean, you did have Divine. You did have Divine.
I disagree. I think drag is mainstream if you're a gay man and know it. I think that to have this opportunity is genius. To have the show definitely puts people in their living rooms, and it has evolved since the first season to now. I just think that never to discredit the people that have done drag before us. And there's genius, smart, talented, lovely queens that we've met that have not done Drag Race who still have successful careers. And that gets blurred. But the show itself, as a TV show, allows itself to an audience, and it's been great. And, as I said, we're lucky to have that experience. But it's never to question someone's talent. And to get it in a living room of a straight person that goes, oh, I would never watch it normally, doesn't mean that they're, viewers, they're freaks.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't even mean it that way. What I mean is the kind of mainstream that RuPaul got. And I'm sure there's a bunch of drag queens that are amazing. Even Lady Bunny, who's incredible, but it's not in this. It's not even like better or worse, but it's in a different mainstream as Ru. Ru was able to go on all these talk shows and really get into mainstream America.
I think I've said it. Courtney and I were talking about it. Ru's paid her dues. Ru's gone. Ru's done the work. Yeah. And frankly, what I think is funny is whenever somebody says they want to follow in Ru's footsteps, I just go, Ru ain't going nowhere. She's a fucking fierce bitch. She ain't done. She got it. But the great thing about it is that thankfully is that because of this show that we're having this conversation also is that, we all possess these talents, and this bitch next to us, here is, puts out an album, and it's on the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
And here we go. Something that has not been done. And here it is, as it happens. It's given you this platform to make things real and relative, which is insane.
Going back all the way, what was the first thing, what was the day that came into your head and figured, oh, maybe I could do drag? Or, you know what I mean? What was the first impulse that you had to do drag as a kid or as a teenager or as a young adult? So, what was the first thing that came into your head?
Well, when I was younger, I identified as transgender in high school, and I remember thinking I wanted to wear I knew that I got picked on so bad in school that I wanted to kind of reinvent myself. So I was like, let's try makeup. So I did it, and I really didn't give a fuck, and I felt powerful with it, and I started performing in drag and stuff like that, and it just started working for me, and then I stopped for a little while, and then I started performing with the other drag queens, and then now I'm cool.
And then, honey, it was a depression. We had no money or food.
I love that moment. What about you, Bianca?
First time I did drag, I remember we were going to school, and we had this opportunity to do a talent show, and I wanted to be Boy George because he wore makeup. And then I realized I was just a clown in a nightgown, and it was fierce. And that was that moment when you got that attention, and you realize, the weird thing I find about drag is it's not getting the attention, it's getting the attention, holding it, and making it work. And for me, I was like, hey, I have a joke. I have this, I have that. And I fucked all those people. So I fucked
my way to the top. She fucked her way to the middle and worked her way.
I fucked my way to the top. So it was good. No, but it was one of those things when when it clicks, your sense of humor in the moment, it makes magic.
So I want to play a little game with you called the Drag Name Generator, because all you three have amazing names. So I'm going to just going to see a few guys, and I want you to come up with drag names for them, okay? First one is one that Bianca just met with recently, James Franco.
Oh my God, I love James Franco.
Oh, wait, she loves James Franco.
As if the $100,000 wasn't enough. Then she has to go and slap James on the
My husband. His name would be James Delano.
His name would be James.
I would call him lame fuck. Because I can.
Amazing. John Travolta.
Faggot. Wait, no. Sorry, that was rude. Faggot Bottom. That would be his drag name.
Justin Bieber.
Justine Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Just my nerds.
And last one, what about me? If I wanted to do drag, who should I be?
We need gagophobia.
International slut.
I like that. Okay,
Wait,
so
where are you?
I'm in Brazil. I'm in Rio.
Oh, far, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what this World Cup is, but I'd like to drink from it someday.
You're hot.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Thank you so much.
Come to Rio.
We want to come to Brazil.
Let's move.
Are you guys coming to Brazil? Because I got a bunch of questions about that. Everyone
No,
wanted
it's
to
funny.
know.
I gotta say this, and I said this recently. I did an interview with people from Brazil, and they were all like, "Come to my country, come to my country." They never say, "Bianca, I love you and you're pretty." They go, "Come to my country." Shut up. And the funny thing is that I find it generous from a country that's like happy having me. The weird thing about the three of us is we don't pick countries to go to.
Right.
We're through the management, and if you want me in your fucking country, you have to call this bitch and say, "Hey, we want you. I will be there." I don't pick the cities. I didn't pick
The
this one
cities pick us.
or this bad or this other people to stand in front of and be a success. The thing is that
Pick at your local gay bar. Tweet your local gay bar.
go to your gay bar and
Find
say,
out who
"We
owns
want to
it."
have trash," and then we'll show up.
Yeah.
So in Brazil, let's do it. Come on.
So do it. Brazilian promoters who are watching this, go and get them. Open your checkbooks and let's get them here, right?
Well, it's not that we're that expensive. Hello. The thing is that if we're going to come to Brazil, let us know. I mean, we weren't given the offer yet.
Yeah.
You know, we've been everywhere. I'm going to London. I'm going to Ireland. I'm going Australia, even her country. They allowed me in.
Laganja was in Brazil recently.
Laganja was in Brazil.
Yes.
Sorry.
I know. So we have a final segment which we ask all of our guests. What's the most meaningful movie to you?
Halloween. 1979, I think it is.
My meaningful movie is Anti-Main.
Us.
Spice World.
Spice World.
I like that
Yes.
one. Yes.
Spice World is my most meaningful movie. It made me who I am today.
It did make me who I am today. A song.
Email My Heart by Britney Spears is the B-side.
Yes.
My favorite song is from the movie Singing in the Rain called Make 'Em Laugh, Make 'Em Laugh. It's my favorite. Delano O'Connor sings it.
I love Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell.
Yes. Love Joni Mitchell. What achievement are you the most proud of?
My achievement was making it on the Billboard charts.
My achievement is sitting with these two talented faggots and getting to do drag race.
Mine was I'll try and make it quick. You know I love a good story. Mine was I remember after Idol I received this email from a boy who said that he was I'm about to talk about youth source. That was a boy who said that he was watching me on Idol and that he didn't know whether he was gay or not, but he'd been thinking about taking his own life.
Say he died.
You've been thinking about what?
So he'd been thinking about taking his own life because he was having such trouble fitting in. And he said he didn't know if he was gay or if he was straight, but he knew that he was different, and he saw me on television being different. And if it was okay for me to be different, it was okay for him too. And he decided to keep on going. And honestly, no, it was this moment where it took the whole world from being all about me. I was 21 at the time, and it kind of shifted. And I realized that there was all these other people, and there was all this opportunity. And as much as I wasn't setting out to like be a role model or anything like that, that people were going to, it clicked. And I was like, oh wow. And it's actually one of the coolest things now when people tell you that you've impacted their lives in some positive way just because you were out there doing what you love doing. It's kind of like,
It's kind of
it's a double like, oh shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the final question is, what's the best advice you received?
The best advice to receive is life is like a roll of toilet paper, long and useful.
The best advice I ever got is never let a bitch see you sweat.
You told me that.
When I was 18, one of my drag mentors seriously told me with a straight face, "You'll never make it in this town until you learn to take it." I just remembered that then. I don't know if that was the best advice, but it was certainly advice.
Thank you so much for doing this. And for everyone who's watching, make sure to go on iTunes and get Adore's album, Till Death Do Us Party.
Yes.
Courtney single, Mean Gays, and I was gonna say to get tickets for your show, Bianca, but it's all sold out. So I don't know.
Well, the first show was sold out. We now have a second show, so do check it out.
So check it out.
Theater, and also as a said, if you're interested in Brazil, I'll come. I'll show up. Let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this. Bye.
Thank you.
Chupa mi bao. Chupa mi bao. Chupa mi bao. Chupa bao. What? That's all I can say.